we are recording.
Great.
What's
Don't
the
worry
point?
about that, Hi, and welcome to the Thinking Out Loud podcast. My name is Jędrek,
My name is Masha.
and we are two English teachers who happen to have a podcast and who happen to record their classes from time to time, right?
That's what we do, yeah.
Yeah, well, we have been struggling, Masha, with our target audience. Not like, struggling with who are we actually addressing here? Learners, ordinary bread eaters, or who's our target? From your point of view, because we haven't given it much thought.
No, we have actually. We started out thinking about our students long time ago. Remember, we worked on
yeah,
strategy.
of course. I mean, that was
we even bought a course.
Exactly. Not a cheap one.
It was my main takeaway. You need to understand who your target audience is.
Yeah,
but it so happens that people who are not necessarily learners also enjoy it. We get some nice feedback.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because I'm on Twitter, and I'm not really a teacher on Twitter. You know what I mean? I'm not posting teachery stuff. I'm just myself, and because of that, I have certain followers who follow me not because I'm an English teacher, but because simply, yeah. And since I spam the timeline with the links, I guess some people are here just by accident. They are not learners, but anyway, for all of you, the learners and the non-learners, feel welcome. It's really nice to have you here today. Oh, excuse me, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Every teacher's problem, but today we are hosting a special guest, and I have known our today's guest for a long time. Our story dates back to, I think, 2015 or something like that. So imagine, Masha, it's been a long time. Basically, hi and welcome to Magda. Hi, Magda.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to be here. Thank you very much, Masha and Jędrek, for invitation. It's a pleasure for me.
Magda, you remember the days when I had a school in Marienstadt, right?
Yes, I remember the days you had the school in the Marienstadt, and it was like a very nice small cafe.
Yeah, studio. It's
studio,
like a
yeah,
studio,
but it was like cafe. There was always book and sweets around. And it's a very beautiful place.
Yeah, by the way, Masha, because Masha, you don't know Warsaw. Marienstadt is a part of Warsaw, very close to the old town. It has a really nice atmosphere and everything. And I remember that when I was opening that school, I was thinking of having some kind of a kebab for language learning, so that you enter straight from the street, it's just like a kebab, and then you can actually get some education. That was my idea. I was forced to close down the school, not because of the financial results, but because of certain events in my life. My wife got an offer from France, and voila, we moved. I had to move online. I'm actually glad I moved online, because it turns out that that's the mainstream right now.
Yes, I was surprised that Jędrek was so prepared to the online job when we had a COVID isolation. So it was great, really.
Yeah. I was, suddenly I was in the, I was like in the avant-garde. I didn't need to learn how to use, all this stuff, platforms, shortcuts, whatever. I just, I was just swimming in this ocean for a while. Okay, great. So anyway, I think it's basically time to ask you, Magda, something. I'd like this conversation to be pleasant and actually light. But I don't know, Masha, if we are able to produce light conversations here. You know what I mean?
Sometimes we can.
casual, and so on, because we compare concepts, and that's, you know, that's kind of difficult in itself, no matter what are the concepts. Great. Before Magda, before we ask you the first and maybe the only question today, I just want to remind our listeners that in the first place, guys, I'm serious now, we have a voicemail, and you can record yourself and be on the show, just like Maciek did episodes ago. Maciek, thank you for that. I know you're listening, you know, you're the best. But
keep them coming.
yeah, exactly, keep them coming. It's easy, you know, you can record into infinity. If you make a mistake, you can, you know, rewind, repeat, re-record, and so on. It's until you are satisfied, then you press send. You can comment on the content of this show. You can comment on I don't know what, Masha's voice, for example.
Thank you, everyone. And if you're too shy, still feel too shy to leave us a voicemail, you can buy us virtual coffee.
Exactly. You know, if that's, you know, if recording a voicemail is like too much, then you can just buy us a virtual coffee.
Hide behind a coffee cup.
Exactly. The links are in the description of this episode, and our website is studiomentals.com. It's the international website, because I've got my local mentals.pl, but it's actually the same. Great. Time to get to the thinking out loud proper. So let's start.
Okay, I'm waiting for the question.
Right.
And everybody's waiting for Jędryk's console to work. No? Are you trying to play the sound?
Did it play?
No.
Oh Christ! All right, Masha, I'm sorry. We have to. I was speaking with Ella this morning, and she said that she loved when you imitate round one.
Round one.
Right, there you go. Sorry, and I actually played the sound on my computer, but I will never learn. Great. Magda, the idea for the question is mine. I didn't consult with Masha, and Masha, I hope you don't mind. I would like you to try and separate for us happiness from satisfaction. What's the difference between that?
Happiness and satisfaction?
Yes. What's the difference?
Happiness, I think it's a kind of pure joy. You can be happy because lots of people greets you, happy, supports you, and you are happy just after the wedding, after your birthday, when many people send you happy birthday information, and you're happy just because of the energy they deliver to you, and you are so happy. You can be happy because of the weather or holiday, of the pure pleasure, like doing nothing. Yes. And on the other side, satisfaction, I think that is naturally fixed with some actions. Yes, that you can't be just satisfied because you are laying on the beach. But you can be satisfied because you organize your holiday, that you can reach this beach with your family. And
so it's like you complete a task and you're satisfied because it's well done.
Yes, it's exactly completed the task, because I don't know how to say it in English, but sprawczość means that you can
it's agency.
Agency. You can say agency makes you happy at this point, and gives you satisfaction. And sometimes it means that you didn't reach the aim. For example, for a very, very long run, but you prepared this run, you start and did your best, and it makes you feel satisfied. So it's naturally connected with the action.
All right, great. But I mean, yeah, it's great. Yeah, I mean, I know that these two concepts, they are overlapping to such a, to such an extent that it's really hard, because I think we could use them interchangeably. I'm happy, I'm satisfied, I'm happy with the result, you say. But Masha, your 5 cents here?
It's actually very, this word happy, I don't know about Polish, but in Russian, we don't use it like this. Like I'm happy with the results. No.
You said, but you say what? I'm satisfied?
Well, many other things, but never happy. And that's why it's difficult for students of like Ukrainian language, Russian language to use when they learn this word, they only think about, well, like in their own language, only about what Magda described, when it's, the feeling you get, not connected with achieving something or so. You see, but I'm thinking that, satisfaction, we're always connected with needs. Yeah, we satisfy some needs.
Yeah, you're hungry, you have to eat, and you satisfy your hunger.
Yeah, or any other needs you might have. But then very often, I think today, people find themselves in situations when all their needs, maybe not even needs, wants needs, are satisfied.
Desires.
And they thought that once they are satisfied, they will be happy. But then when they find themselves in a situation when all their needs are, let's say, basically satisfied, but they don't experience this, feeling of happiness.
Yeah, I have to tell you guys this, the story that is behind this question today, because last Sunday I was at a big garden party, and there was a birthday of my son's friend and his sister. It was like, combined party of for many reasons. But the boy received the best Lego sets imaginable, from the
Star
top
Wars.
tier.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Star Wars, it was Mario, because it's like, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. But anyway, the best, I mean, the biggest and the most expensive, I believe, and the largest. And he unwrapped the gift, saw what's inside, and got angry. Like, I don't want that, This is
my
like,
God.
And I was like watching this, I was like, hey, we live in really strange times, because we've got everything. I mean, I'm a middle class, lower middle class. I don't know where am I on the ladder, but I actually have everything. Magda, last Sunday we had, of course, the special breakfast, Easter breakfast. And I can tell you, I can have a breakfast like that every day, because I've got a lot of good cheese. I've got, delicious ham, vegetables and everything, and cakes. I can buy that every day. And, so I'm thinking it's hard to be happy in this kind of environment,
I think that, how old the boy was?
The boy was 6, is 6.
Okay,
turned 6.
He should understand what it means, but I don't know. Maybe he wasn't waiting for it, and it was something completely different that he was waiting for. Maybe it was the biggest gift, and he was waiting for something else, but nobody asked.
I think also, just to to tell you the broader picture, he was, I think, jealous because his sister, a 3-year-old, got not like bigger gifts, but more, because more packages. You know what I mean?
More packages.
Okay. So he finished unwrapping his presents, and she was still doing it, and he was like, hey, I've got only this,
So I think that it shows how different we think about happiness, yes, and it shows that that just between children, that children many times don't assume not what the value of the gift, but
right.
they for them the value is the amount of the gifts, and sometimes
You're
you
right.
can give them something very, very small, but it means that
And the satisfaction is
lot.
equal to getting you know, the greatest
Yes, it
set of
doesn't.
Lego.
That it is famous that people that children wants to for the nice play, they can use only, I don't know, a spoon or something like that, and it's the same like they can use something totally brand new Lego blocks or something like that. But anyway, I think it shows as well that we treat happiness in so many different ways. At the end, the happiness for the children will not be, I don't know, the amount of presents, the amount of toys, but the happiness will be the time that his parents devoted to his emotions. I think when he will be an adult person, the biggest value for him would not be the toys which he received, but the time that his parents spent with him. So it shows that in different
but wait a second,
our lives, happiness can seem something completely different.
But I want to ask you, okay, so let's say that you know, your parents spend a lot of time with you when you're young, and then you grow older, you're an adult, and you somehow you're supposed to be happy. I mean, you're a happy person.
I think that yeah, that it's the this spot reflects the article I last time read, that about emotion among adults, and there is a result of that their parents didn't spend enough time with them and devoted enough time to their emotions. Yes, that for children, the most expensive gift is the time of their parents and to care about them, and not exactly giving the toys.
And yet, when there's, you know, a birthday
yeah,
party,
I know,
and you know what I mean, will you offer them like an empty box and say, this is the time I'm giving?
yeah, I know, but I'm thinking that about the situation when people don't have time to spend with their children, but they, instead of it, they're giving them the toys. But and for example, it should, on the other hand, we can compare this big Lego set for, I don't know, spending time on the trip together. Yes, and the value and the end will not be equal. Yes, but the cost will be the same.
Yeah, and I know I was assessing, of course, the situation based on what I saw, but it doesn't mean that the boy is generally unhappy, right? You know,
but he was neither happy nor satisfied, as far as I understand.
Yes.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, because you know, but the point is that it's temporary. You know, I'm thinking about myself. You know, I'm generally, I think, a happy person, in the sense that, you know, I'm healthy, I don't have much reasons to complain, and so on. Although you always find something. But
yeah, but happy doesn't mean not being ill, you know. and not having something to complain about.
I mean, but wait, Masha, but I'm grateful. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm grateful that you know that everything's all right. You know. And
so you're
in
not
this
satisfied.
sense,
you're happy.
I'm happy, yeah, but at times, you know, I get angry, especially when I drive my car.
Being a father,
and there's someone in front
kids.
of me, you know, and you know, yeah, and exactly, you know, kids or something. I get angry, but the overall picture, I think, if I had some kind of a survey, I mean, how happy are you on the scale from 1 to 10, generally in your life? I would situate myself somewhere around 8, 9. You know.
And then the question, how satisfied you are with how your life
It's 0.
What?
Come on.
Oh, I'm kidding. No, but you're right. I mean, Magda, I would like to ask you a sub question to this. Is ambition an obstacle to happiness?
Yes. Yes, I think yes. That sometimes
Do you know something about it?
No, even yesterday I said that what makes me happy is work. Not I'm not very ambitious, really.
I mean, for all I know, you are I guess the most ambitious person I know, or somewhere, you know, in the top 3.
Okay. I have no idea. Come on, no. But if your ambition makes you sad and it's unhealthy, unhealthy ambition, because I'm not talking right now about self-development, looking for new opportunity or something like that. I mean that some people are ambition is to be rich, to lose weight, to be richer than their neighbors, to have a bigger car, and to have a nicer car, a bigger home, and so on. And then they don't know how to be grateful for what they have. Yes. It doesn't make them...
and they are constantly dissatisfied, you know.
Yes, they are constantly dissatisfied. Yes, and even the war sometimes didn't change their point of view, and it is really sad and poor in the end. So sometimes you don't have to have a lot to be happy, and it doesn't mean you are not ambitious or clever, but your ambition is healthy. And you, for example, your ambition is to help people and to create something new, to self-develop, to read books, to read I don't know, 20 books a year or something like that. It's your aim, your ambition. But it's not like, you know, to have nicer home or bigger home or something like that, and to be jealous, because unhealthy ambitions makes you sometimes makes you poor because you are jealous, and this
there's jealousy, exactly, because you know, when jealousy
the biggest
enters,
problem, which makes you unsatisfied and unhappy.
Yeah, generally looking at others, you know, and constantly comparing yourself to others, you know. This is a slippery slope, you know. Masha, I need to activate you a bit, you know.
You know, ambition doesn't equal being greedy, right? It doesn't mean you're jealous always of something. It just means
there's a thin line, you know.
Yes, there is a fine line, but still, I mean, I would say that ambitious people, they set goals, they, you know, strive to achieve their goals. So what if their goal is happiness? How can, you know,
you can't overshoot.
Because you know, if you're, I don't know, a victim of consumerism, then of course you will try and satisfy your wishes. And once it may happen that once you're there, you understand that it didn't bring you happiness. But let's imagine a situation when you know exactly what you want to, what it takes for you to be happy, and you achieve it. Why not? Ambition doesn't have to be an obstacle here.
Yeah, you're right. I guess I just meant this kind of unhealthy ambition, like, you know, that is verging on jealousy and so on.
I think that what makes you happy is to accept your present and to treat your path of life like the opportunity. Sometimes you can't really, because you know it's the problem of the first war. I'm sorry, but yeah, we can say it like that. But of course, looking at Masha, I can't stop thinking about it. That in some situation, right now, it's difficult to say that word, that sentence in some simple, that thought in some so simple way.
Yeah. It's you know, only at some kind of extreme moments, you know, you realize that, hey, you don't need much, you know. I mean, it's enough to be, for example, whole, you know, to have your arms and legs in place, you know. Or sometimes you know, when you wake up after a party, you know, you think that the only thing, you know, to be happy is not to have a headache, you know?
And you know, when you switch on the lights are there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you know, we take it for granted today, and I think I can make a reference to this Easter breakfast, or generally celebrating, you know, because, you know, we take everything for granted, you know, that, you know, the food is in the fridge, you know, and the shops are full, everything works, you know, but it's very hard to appreciate it on daily basis, right? It's only when, you know, it suddenly something stops suddenly, you know, there's like, you know, a supply chain problem, or you know, the electricity is gone, then you realize how much you actually owe to these things, you know. All right, great. I just wanted to ask you, Magda, about something else, which is basically a case study. If you know, there are, or were, a lot of superstars, pop stars like Michael Jackson, Amy Winehouse, others, who were on the top, really, especially Jackson, you know, and yet they committed a suicide. That was the problem of happiness, satisfaction. What do you think?
That it was the problem of they didn't accept what they like. It's the first thing. So of course, it's, for me, it's difficult to assess what they felt, because I especially in terms of suicide, it's so sad that for sure they were lonely. Lonely. They didn't know what to do, and they used many medicines to support their healthy life, but it didn't work.
By medicines, you mean like drugs, right? Like
drugs
some
or
substances.
Medicines. Yeah, some psychedelic.
Oh, yeah, like Prozac. Yes.
Yes,
like
that's right. And but right now we have an epidemic of suicides among teenagers in Poland, and there's a lot of them. During the Easter, I was talking about it with my niece, and she's almost 20. She's very young, and that's what she told me, that the problem is that young people are very lonely, and I think that those stars were very lonely as well. They didn't have anybody around to support them and to make them happy. And especially, I think the problem is that people, as I said before, people have some needs in them. They not diagnosis, but I mean the needs, the needs of support.
You mean like
of
of a friend, basically, right?
Yes, and it's not they're not satisfied with their life, and it's difficult for them to keep healthy life. It's
Yeah, that's the case. That's the case of depression. You know, no matter
yes.
what. I mean, you're never. I mean, depression is a state where you can't feel. Sorry, I think it's happiness, right? Because you may be
Yes.
satisfied in like physical terms, but you cannot feel happiness.
It is said that everybody entered the adult life with some shortages, so they don't know what the shortages were and how to fulfill them. So that I think that's the problem, and in the end they didn't cope with them. They made them depressed and lonely.
I'm thinking, you know, from time to time, also looking at my boys, that human beings are so complex, you know, our psyche and everything, and we are such complex beings that to raise a healthy human being, you know, it's Masha, you're laughing. You have some similar thoughts, because you know there are so many things you can do wrong, and
there are so many things you will do wrong.
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly, and you can only hope that at the end, you know, someone will actually, I mean, this young person will cope with that somehow, because really we don't know what are the results of our actions. You know, short term maybe yes, but long term you never know that.
You don't know what influence on them, yes, at the end. So
yeah,
that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, that's this is crazy, you know, when you think about it. All right, great. Thanks for all the insights. I would just like to ask maybe a naive, after all of this conversation we had, in a naive question, but which is easier to achieve, happiness or satisfaction?
Satisfaction.
Because it's somehow it's well defined somehow. I mean, the tasks, right, and so on, or like.
So satisfaction more depends on you, on your action, and for people it's easier to be active than to understand themselves. So in terms of understanding ourselves, sometimes it's difficult. Of course, you can be happy because you are on holiday, and you can be happy because you achieve a lot of presents or something like that. It's easy in this term, but I think on every day it's easier to be satisfied. For example, you didn't eat
to fool your stomach, lose, you know. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
or fool your stomach and lose.
By the way, no, you can actually eat a bar of chocolate, so you are satisfied in terms of sugar.
Happy.
You're totally unhappy.
Yes, that's true. It's me. My diet.
All right.
You are happy for first couple of minutes. Actually, very happy.
First is the rush of, you know, this whatever, you know, sugar to your blood, and then you realize, oh my God, what have I done? I can't remember now. It was either Sasha or Ksenia who were publishing on Instagram the book by Viktor Frankl about, you know, this what's the title of it? I may actually Google this, but it's about the life in the concentration camp, and that actually you can actually be happy even there, which is kind of a strange concept. Wait a second. Yeah, it is Man's Search for Meaning, the book, because if you find the meaning, you may be happy, because if your life is meaningful. And I think the problem of Michael Jackson and so on, this is actually strange with Jackson, because I mean, he gave happiness to so many people, like, even till this day, and he will keep giving this happiness even from beyond the grave, because, but it's
Houston,
yeah, and Whitney the same, yeah. And somehow they found their life meaningless, like, what am I doing, this pop music that I'm recording, it's shit. I don't know, of course, what were they thinking about, but
they felt a lot, and maybe it was too much for one person. So I don't want to judge anybody, because
yeah, especially in such cases.
Yeah, so difficult situation.
Yeah. All right, great. I wanted this conversation to be light and light-hearted, but it's not. Come on, we are talking about serious stuff, like things that
what makes me happy every day during the spring and summer, that I enter my garden and there is a green grass over there, and now the trees are blooming, so it's a so beautiful view that it makes me happy.
Yeah, I have something to say about the grass, because if I wasn't an English teacher, I would definitely be a grass cutter. I love cut grass, and I just love it. I'd love to have a company that would be dealing with that exclusively, cutting grass everywhere. I know it's actually unhealthy and it's bad for the environment, because you kill all the bees and other insects that live in the tall grass, but come on, I love to see that grass cut.
Yeah,
I would probably go out of business these days.
I can very understand it, because I love cutting grass as well, but my husband said I didn't do it proper, so I can't do it. So it's my problem.
Right, because
how can you do it not properly? I mean, you need a lawnmower and that's it.
Yes, but I don't know.
Magda, do you have this little tractor maybe for cutting grass?
No. We have a
then I would understand, her husband telling her it's not done properly, because it was me who was driving this tractor.
No, it's not flat enough, and they're not. It doesn't look well enough after.
You see, he's not satisfied with the effect, because he's got clearly defined
what how it should look like.
Yeah.
You probably have a small lawn, yeah.
Yeah, it's not very big.
Because I have a huge territory around my building, and everybody in my family is so happy that I do this, that they keep their mouths shut. They're like, "Oh, looks great. It doesn't matter."
And it's a different perspective. It's a different point of view. So what makes people happy in one situation that doesn't mean it makes people happy in different situations. So
it also shows this really strange relationship, that one person's suffering make other person happy, or something like that, because it's absolutely possible, right? I mean, especially in our capitalist culture, you've got, I know, children in China or India or Bangladesh, sewing your t-shirts, and then you just buy it, and I'm happy because I'm wearing this new Adidas t-shirt,
Yeah.
And I guess your happiness or satisfaction, come on, I still can't tell them apart, but depends on someone's hard work and perhaps suffering. As the same, actually, you know,
when
a
you are
clear
buying
example is
t-shirt, when you are buying, when you are ordered the t-shirt online, you don't think about that. Who
poor Amazon
it.
workers.
Yes, the poor. Yeah, that's right. But you're happy that you catch the sale and buy it in a very low price. So different point of view.
Yeah, but once again, you know, it's always like, you know, one person's happiness is someone else's suffering, at least. However, it shouldn't be like that, I think, because it's not like there's just, you know, a cake that you know, someone can eat and there's not enough. I think it could be like a win-win, I guess. Happiness could be win-win. I'm thinking about I know, being together with someone, you know. It could be win-win, of course. I mean, should be,
but not always. Do you remember the theory of the alternative cost, TNJ? I don't know,
sure,
Masha, if you know it, but as far as I remember, TNJ has a diploma of economy as well. Not only English,
look, you are talking to an economist, guys. I'm an economist, not an English teacher. I'm an economist. Call me like that.
Come on, and I think that the theory of happiness should be the same. That something what makes happiness one person cost another person something in another dimension. So unfortunately, you can't check everything, and so that's the problem.
Masha, you as a parent, do kids give you happiness or suffering?
But you know, some suffering is happiness.
Yeah, that's paradox, you know. I mean, I think in case of kids, you know, it's such a nuisance. I mean, you know, with the young ones, you know, waking up at night several times, 5, 7, you know, and more. I mean, wow, it's really suffering.
Yeah, but you know, it's you know, how can you see it as a nuisance? It's just a given. There is no option. Throw them out of the window, you know. So you just
I was thinking about
it. So you just do it because you have to do it. That's it.
But it does make you happy, I guess. Yeah, at the end.
No, waking up 3 times per night doesn't make you happy.
But in the long run, you know, in the long run, because of course, I mean, I know that. I was seriously considering throwing Bruno outside the window, you know. I mean, seriously. But
you are going to cut it, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. I mean, guys, girls. Thanks a lot. I think we have to slowly wrap up because Masha, I know that you're in a hurry. So Magda, thank you so much for coming here, for being here with us, and for helping us to separate happiness from satisfaction, or satisfaction from happiness.
Thank you.
Great conversation around that.
Pleasure.
Great. Masha,
that's it. We wrap up?
Yes, I mean, yeah.
Did we come to any clever conclusions?
Like always, you know, I mean, I think I'll take these concepts with me, you know, and I'll be mulling them over, you know. I'll sleep on it. I'll see
this
what
night
I can say
when Bruno wakes up again, he will.
Yeah. Magda, I've got the bad news. I've got the bad news for you, because probably right after we click disconnect, you will have a great idea, you know, about happiness and satisfaction.
Probably too late. It would be too late. Okay.
Well, if anybody else while listening to us had great ideas, please leave us a voicemail.
However, today talk makes me satisfied and happy as well.
Great. Now isn't that, you know, the conclusion we always dreamed of, Masha, you know?
Oh yeah, finally.
Yeah, make people satisfied and happy. All right, great.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Masha, it's over to you for the final sacramental words.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This was another episode of the Thinking Out Loud podcast. Stay tuned for the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, I don't know if you know each other. Magda, this is Masha. Masha, this is Magda.
Masha, so nice to meet you.
Oh.
I heard a lot about you.
I'm actually wondering, what if everybody buys Twitter Blue? I mean, it's suddenly back to square one. I mean, you're just as visible as whatever, as the retweets and this kind of stuff. But anyway.
Hello, this is ChatGPT, your student's AI language learning assistant. I just wanted to say thank you for teaching your student English. He's been learning a lot with your help, and I'm happy to be a part of his learning journey. I hope you are doing well and staying safe. By the way, have you heard of ChatGPT? It's a great tool that can help you enhance your students' language learning experience. You should definitely check it out. Thanks again for your hard work and dedication to teaching. Have a great day, Andrek. Bye-bye.